I never thought Hasan would become even worse than he already was. Hello everyone, it's Mr. Troll delivering an update. And what topic are we gonna talk about today? Let's see what other fellow channels who also deliver updates have recently talked about. Oh no, not him again. So I did not want to talk about Hasan Piker anymore because at this point 99.9999% of all people on this planet realize that he is horrible and that he is a massive hypocrite. People have already woken up and realized all that, so talking about him at this point is just redundant. But then I realized he managed to stoop down even lower than previously, and I was like, how can you somehow become even worse when you are already at the bottom of the barrel horrible? How could you possibly get beneath that bottom of the barrel? Well, today we will be talking about that. So he basically invited this person on like some kind of FaceTime call, and apparently this guy is a terrorist. You might not know that by just looking at him. He seems very normal, but apparently he's a waste of human space. But first of all, I realized he calls anyone who dares disagreeing with him Nazis, racists, sexists, homophobes, and all that kind of stuff.
Sad, but this is how America views Arabs? Yeah, 100%. So stupid and racist.
Rule number one of being an internet content creator and just being a person in general. Never ever claim that you know everything, because even if you are a wise 80-year-old man, there is always something more to learn. You should always expect at least one person not agreeing with your opinions and saying that's completely false. You need to be open to criticism. It actually helps you evolve as a person. However, when you say, I am always in the right, you are the one who is in the wrong because you are a horrible person, it makes you look very weak. Especially when once a trans person apparently disagreed with Hasan, and then Hasan called that person transphobic. In case you did not understand that, I will repeat it to you. Hasan called a trans person transphobic. How does this guy expect anyone to take him seriously after something like that?
You know what One Piece is? Dude, we think the Houthis, Ansar Allah, is doing what Luffy would do.
So he then invites this terrorist, and we finally get the chance to understand the mind of someone like him. We finally get the chance to learn why he is doing the things he does. But no, Hasan chooses to talk about One Piece.
Dude, they're firing missiles at commercial ships and taking civilians hostage. Hasan thinks it's awesome, showing footage of the guys taking over the ship and comparing it to Rust the video game.
It's pretty wild that they're doing Rust. Like this is literally Rust.
So in case you do not know, Rust in this case is apparently a video game. So Hasan sees people getting massacred, and the first thing that comes to his mind is a video game. I don't know about you, but I don't think Hasan is evil. I think Hasan is just extremely stupid, and I think all of his horrible decisions, from being a hypocrite to getting facts wrong to calling a trans person transphobic, does not come from malicious intent, but just from extreme stupidity.
Except they're not just attacking Israeli ships. Reports say that the last dozen attacks have zero Israeli affiliation. But yeah, otherwise they're just like those happy cartoon pirates. At one point, the guy straight up admits to taking people as hostages.
What does he think about China? Does he know anything about China?
He's saying he hasn't spent much time with Chinese people, but one of the captain was Chinese, and he did qat with them, and he danced to music with them, and he was vibing. So he likes him, yeah.
So what? I mean, what? That's so crazy. So they're just fucking chilling with the captains? Like, I don't understand.
What, Hasan? Do you think they're on vacation? America is attacking Yemen because they hear firing missiles.
So Hasan is glorifying terrorism. Hey, Hasan, you realize the people who fall victim to all of this do not necessarily see all of this as all fun and games. Hasan, it's one thing to be so stupid that you become a huge clown on the internet, but it's a different thing when you are so stupid you end up being tone deaf, insensitive, and borderline sociopathic. Also, let's laugh at him crying like a baby to one of his moderators once when people rightfully criticized him. All of this is pathetic. Yes, Mr. Troll is calling you pathetic, Hasan.
The idea that there is no real journalistic interest here, okay, is laughable. So please do not get your information from Wikipedia consuming, Reddit point regurgitating, YouTube debate lords. If you want to be in the know.
Hasan is discrediting Destiny for getting his information from Wikipedia. But Hasan gets his information from Twitter. It's why he gets every geopolitical issue wrong over the past 2 years.
Did you hear that? Next time you get a school assignment to write an essay where you have to use sources and the teacher tells you not to use Wikipedia, just use Twitter. No, wait, I was just joking. Don't do that. Don't.
I grew up in Turkey to a relatively affluent family. And if you're like even a little bit affluent in Turkey, because of how massive the wealth gap is in a country like that, you're caked up in comparison to like American standards, where if a similar salary would not, or a similar amount of wealth would not make you, upper middle class even.
Hasan's father, Mehmet B. Piker, who is a public figure, so I'm not doxing anybody, was the vice president of Sabancı Holding, a Fortune 500 company at the time. He also represented Turkey as a delegate in the European Union. For Hasan to act like this wouldn't even make him upper middle class in America, when his father was literally one of the most powerful businessmen on the planet, is just a straight up lie, which he does a lot of in this interview. Hasan does mention that his father was the right-hand man in a holding group.
But he was successful. I mean, he was like lobbying the Turkish government. He was like the right-hand man in a holding group. You know what I mean? He had some pretty serious jobs.
Now there's a lot more Hasan has done, but I don't really want to talk about it anymore, because I'm done talking about Hasan the loser Piker. Everyone knows he's terrible at this point. Let me put it this way. Kamal has recently done a live stream and he mentioned Sensitive Society, another commentary channel, and I was like, what the heck does Sensitive Society have to do with you? And then I realized Sensitive Society subscribed to Kamal because Sensitive Society realized that there is someone else out there who also hates Hasan Piker. Well, Sensitive Society, if you happen to watch this, Mr. Troll hates Hasan as well. Can you please subscribe to Mr. Troll? Please? No? What the...